You know why people forget you the moment you leave the room? Because you're trying to be liked instead of being valuable. And nobody respects what's easy to get. The Stoics knew this. They didn't chase approval. They built character. Watch what happens when you stop trying to matter and actually become worth something. Problem set up. Most people spend their entire lives hoping someone notices them, hoping their boss sees their effort, hoping their friends remember they exist, hoping their family respects their opinion. Here's what happens instead. Nothing. Because effort without character gets lost. Noise without substance gets ignored. Desperation without discipline gets dismissed. You feel invisible, replaceable, like your presence doesn't change anything. And the worst part? You know it. You feel it every single day. So what's the real problem? You're trading your dignity for approval. You're shrinking yourself to fit into other people's comfort zones. You're hoping to be valued instead of becoming the kind of person who can't be ignored. When was the last time you did something hard for no one but yourself? Most of you can't answer that. Lesson 1. You cannot control if people value you, only what makes you valuable. Stop chasing their respect. Start building the character that demands it. Here's the Stoic truth. Marcus Aurelius didn't walk around Rome asking people if they liked him. He got up. He did his duty. He became so solid in his principles that people had no choice but to notice. The moment you stop seeking approval, you become dangerous. Not in a violent way, in the way that draws people toward you. Why? Because scarcity creates value. When you're not desperate, you're rare. When you're not performing for an audience, you're real. Epictetus was a slave. He had nothing, no status, no possessions. But he was valued because he couldn't be broken. His master could hurt his body, but not his character. People came to him because he represented something solid in a world of chaos. You don't control if your boss appreciates you. You don't control if your family recognizes your sacrifice. But you absolutely control whether you're the kind of person worth valuing. That's the deal. That's the only power you actually have. Lesson 2. Do your work like it's the only thing that matters. Then forget it. Excellence is a byproduct of discipline, not a pursuit of praise. The Stoics had a concept. Prohairesis. Your choices, your will, your effort. That's what belongs to you. The results? Not yours. Let them go. So here's what this means in real life. You show up to work, and you do the job like it's sacred. You're not thinking about the promotion. You're thinking about doing it right. You're not worrying about whether your boss notices. You're worrying about being someone you respect. Then you leave it. You don't obsess. You don't check how people reacted. You don't manufacture reasons to bring it up. This is maddening to most people because they want the work to pay off immediately. They want to feel the gratitude. They want proof that it mattered. But that's backwards. The gratitude kills the work. The need for proof poisons the well. When you work without attachment to outcomes, something happens. People feel it. They notice someone who's solid, someone who's not fishing for compliments. Your value goes up not when you're trying to be valuable, but when you're too busy being excellent to care. Lesson 3. Make yourself difficult to replace. Stop being agreeable. Start being essential. Here's what most people do wrong. They try to be liked by saying yes to everything. Yes to every request. Yes to every favor. Yes to every compromise. Do you know what that makes you? Convenient. Forgettable. Replaceable. The Stoics would say, no. Pick your principles. Defend them. If that costs you some friendships or some opportunities, good. You're filtering out people who only valued your willingness to bend. Think about the people you actually respect. Not people you like. People you respect. What do they have in common? They have standards. They don't move on every issue. They're not desperate for your approval. A craftsman who does sloppy work is a dime a dozen. A craftsman with standards, that person gets remembered. That person gets recommended. That person gets paid more. The same applies to your character, your time, your energy. When you have standards, you're no longer competing on price or agreeability. You're competing on value. And there's way less competition up there. Most people won't do this. They're too afraid of being seen as difficult. They need everyone to like them. Will you be different?
Lesson 4. Be the person who handles pressure. In chaos, everyone looks for the one person who doesn't break. Here's something people don't understand about value. It's not about being the smartest. It's not about being the most talented. It's about being the most unshakable. When everything's falling apart, people don't gather around the genius. They gather around the person who's calm, the person who's seen pressure before and didn't flinch. The Stoics called this ataraxia. Not the absence of problems, but the absence of being disturbed by them. Seneca was a powerful man in Rome, but what made him truly valued wasn't his power. It was that he could advise an emperor without losing his nerve. He could be honest when honesty was dangerous. He could stand firm when everyone else was panicking. In your life, this translates to one thing. When your team is stressed, you're the one breathing normally. When your family is in crisis, you're the one thinking clearly. When the stakes are high, you're the one who shows up, really shows up. That makes you essential. That makes you someone people want around. And here's the thing, you can practice this right now. Start with small pressures, traffic, a difficult conversation, a setback. The person who handles these without falling apart is building something people crave. Lesson 5. Know your worth, then act like it. The moment you stop apologizing for taking space, people stop questioning your right to it. This one separates the valued from the invisible. Do you know what you bring? Can you name it? Or are you still trying to figure out if you deserve to have an opinion? Marcus Aurelius didn't ask permission to be the emperor. He knew what he was. And because he knew it, he didn't need to prove it constantly. You know who gets disrespected? People who act like they're not sure if they should be there. People who second-guess their value. People who shrink when they speak. Here's the brutal truth. If you don't believe you're valuable, neither will anyone else. The Stoic way is to examine yourself honestly, not in a cocky way, in a real way. What can you do that most people can't? What do you understand that others miss? What have you survived? What have you built? Know those things, not to brag, but to stand on firm ground. When you know your worth, you stop asking for validation. You stop over-explaining. You stop apologizing for your time. You take up space without guilt, and people respond to that. They respect it. They value it. Think about someone in your life who knows their worth. Not in an arrogant way, but in a grounded way. Notice how easy it is to respect them. Notice how they don't need your approval to keep going. That person is you if you choose it. Here's what I know about you watching this right now. You're sick of being invisible. You're tired of hoping. You're ready to stop trading your dignity for approval. But knowing this and living this are different things. Most people will watch this video and go back to their old patterns by tomorrow. They'll seek approval again. They'll soften their standards. They'll perform for people who don't deserve an audience. The question is, will you be different? Here's what you're going to do, starting today. First, identify one area where you're shrinking to be liked, one place where you're saying yes when you mean no, one relationship where you're performing instead of being real. Name it, right now. Don't move on. Second, this week, do something hard that no one will praise you for. Not for them, for you. Work on something that matters only to your character. Write something. Build something. Face something you've been avoiding, and don't tell anyone about it. Let it be for you. Third, the next time someone tries to move you off your principles, notice it. Don't react, just notice. See if you're someone who stands or someone who bends, and choose to stand. This is how the Stoics built value, not by chasing it, by building the kind of character that makes people chase them. You don't need to be the loudest person in the room. You need to be the person people trust when it matters. You don't need everyone to like you. You need to be someone worth valuing. And here's the thing. That person already exists inside you. He's been there the whole time. You've just been too busy trying to be liked to let him breathe. So stop. Stop trying. Start building. The choice is yours. Always has been.